How do I, 35F, break up with someone, 30M, that is officially homeless and now resides with me? My boyfriend, 30M, lives with me, 35F. He was living with his father and stepmother, but the stepmother and my boyfriend do not get along, so he was ousted. My boyfriend has a 7-year-old daughter that he sees every other weekend. She stays at my house as well during those times. We have been together almost a year. He's told me that he will only love his daughter and family. That's all you're supposed to love in his eyes. I do a lot for him, I've paid bills of his, made sure he and his kid can eat and have a roof over their heads. He doesn't help pay any bills. I've caught him talking to women on dating apps, FB, Snap and Text. I don't think I'll ever trust him again. How do I get rid of this leech-seeming man before I lose my mind completely? You break up with him the same way as you break up with anyone. He's mooched off you so you don't owe him anything special. He's told you he doesn't love you, but he's been quite happy to use you. Tell him you no longer love him and don't want him in your life anymore. Tell him you want him out within X number of days. Then get a male friend, family member to be with you on that day when you help him pack his shit up and kick him out. Is there any chance of violence? If not, it's easy. I need you to pack your things and leave. I really hope he listens and doesn't force you to call police, but do that if you need to. My 25 male wife, 24 female, doesn't want to divorce as previously agreed. Too long did not read. My marriage with my wife was arranged. We married to get rid of our families and pursue our dreams. Now it's time to divorce, but we started basically dating and now I don't know what to do. For context, me and my wife married when she was 18 and I 19. We barely knew each other, but our families wanted us to choose someone and I chose her. You can probably imagine what religion our families practice. I wanted to move in another country for my developer business. The agreement was we marry, get rid of our families, do what we want, and I'd pay for her education. Then we'd divorce after she starts working. We lived together, separate rooms. All this time, and sometimes it happened, especially after both being a bit drunk, that we had sex or kissed. But we never took each other seriously. She dated other guys and I struggled to find other girls. In the last year she has always been single though. I finally dated a girl, then another one. And she got visibly jealous. As soon as this girl dumped me, my wife started flirting with me right away and we ended up having sex again. It's been 5 months now and we often sleep in the same bed, eat together, and go out together. Now she doesn't want a divorce yet. Hinted she wants to move with me in the new apartment I'm gonna buy for after divorce. And I think things are getting a bit serious. I don't know how to feel about this. To be honest, I always had feelings for her but had moved on, and now this happens. She told me she didn't feel the same for me in the past, now I'm very confused. I sopkin with some friends, they keep telling me she's manipulating Nay because she doesn't want to be alone. But I don't she'll ever do that, it feels she's sincere. What should I do? Should I proceed with the divorce anyways, now that she works, and ask her out, or move on? It feels so weird dating with someone I'm married to. I feel like I let this go too far because I was afraid she would change her mind on dating me if I went through with the divorce. Edit. Thank you all guys, your support and advices were amazing and really helped me a lot. I realized I'm overthinking this whole thing and it will do no good. I think I shouldn't be afraid to say that I love her and that she means the world with me. Maybe our marriage wasn't conventional, but we always took care of each other. Maybe our marriage just missed the romantic PSRT all this time. We agreed to marry without even knowing each other. Then we became best friends and always deeply cares for each other. We dated other people but never questioned the importance of each other. We've been trough hell together, through lows and highs. We supported each other in an amazing way, trough or goals, and we're both happy with our accomplishments. I think we're really happy and into each other. I don't know if she feels this ways about me too. But I know what she's been trough, so I will give her time to sort it out and talk to me and keep doing my best as always. I will postpone the divorce. Our relationship timeline is completely messed up anyways, so I won't worry anymore about that. I'm just going to enjoy the happiest time of my life and see where it brings us. She's worth all the time she needs and so much more. Thank you again. You don't need her permission to get divorced. It's probably better to make your decision before you begin buying property. Hold off on buying that apartment until you are divorced. If you are uncertain about how you feel about her, then try dating her to give her a chance. If you think you might find this relationship meaningful after all, maybe think about exploring it. Plans can change, and it sounds like you two have built up a lot of real relationship inertia in your fake marriage. My 25M girlfriend's 23F dad told me to stop dating her. Me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years. I love her, she makes me the happiest I've ever been. I will marry her, I've actually been planning the engagement. Anyway, today we drive to her parents. She's gotta help one of her sisters with personal stuff that Reddit doesn't need to know about. She's staying there, so when I'm leaving her dad walks out with me, and when I'm in my car he says, "My daughter loves you, our family loves you, but I don't want you seeing her anymore. My daughter should be with someone black," and before I could say anything he was already walking away. To clarify, my girlfriend is black, and I'm a pasty white ginger dude. Anyway, this came as a huge shock to me. They've always treated me like I was family, and now I just feel like they look at me different. I love her family, her mum is the sweetest person I've ever met. Me and her brother play football, soccer every Monday, and her sisters are always super nice to me. Her dad was always a bit distant with me, but I was told, that's just how he is. I haven't told my girlfriend. I will when I pick her up tomorrow. It's not something I want to do over text or call. I've been texting her constantly. I think she knows something is wrong, but hasn't said anything. I'm not breaking up with her, she's the one, I just don't know how to go about the situation. I'll tell her tomorrow, but what then? I don't really feel welcome there anymore. Just hurt me more than I thought. I guess that's why I'm writing this at 4 a.m. Too long did not read. Girlfriend's dad wants me to break up with her because I'm white and she should be with someone black. Update. I told her. When I went to pick her up this morning, she got in the car and asked if I was okay because I guess she knew something was wrong. I told her what her dad said and asked her not to say anything, but she started getting upset and went inside. About 10 minutes later she comes out with a bunch of her stuff. She said she isn't gonna stay there for a while because her dad didn't even try to deny it. Her mum did come out and apologize. And sent me a huge message saying how I'd always be welcome apologizing even though it's not her fault. Nothing more. You tell your girlfriend, but ask her to not bring it up with her father. The only reason you should tell her at all, because she deserves to know, and keeping it a secret would be a mistake. As for her father, be as you have been so far, polite and all. If you talk alone again, tell him you refuse his request and plan to stay with his daughter potentially forever. Do not tell it in confrontational manner, but wholesome yet decisive. You don't need conflict, but neither should you crave his approval. It's not necessary, unlike your girlfriend happiness. Therefore treat his opposition to you as irrelevant. Respond to him decisively if he is just rude, etc. But do not grace him with your concern over his approval of you. My 28M girlfriend, 25F, told me I should be ashamed of myself. My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 months. Before we started the relationship, she disclosed that she was asexual. I don't have a particularly high sex drive, and she agreed that she would still be willing to have sex with me once in a while, but that I shouldn't expect it too often. I said it was fine, and it was working out relatively well up until about a month ago. She felt more comfortable if I communicated wanting sex rather than trying to initiate physically, which was okay for me. I think I've asked 4 or 5 times within the last month, and she said no. Today, while we were cuddling, I asked again, and she got irritated. She told me I was being really pushy and I should be ashamed of wanting it so often. I told her I didn't realize I had been annoying her and was just trying to be open about my wants. She told me I need to be more considerate, as she's asexual and sometimes she just finds sex itself revolting, and she didn't want me to keep bringing it up. The discussion ended there, and we continued cuddling as normal. However, her comment is sitting with me and I feel kind of gross, like I crossed a boundary. I don't know if I should express that it bothered me, because I'm afraid it would just make things worse. Ashamed of wanting it so often. Would she be upset if you said she should be ashamed of wanting sex so little? Of course she would. It's not okay for her to shame you. But honestly, if you want sex you should probably find someone who also wants sex. You're not asexual and she is. I don't see a future for this relationship. Interesting that she expects you to respect her sexuality, yet she expects you to feel shame for yours. Sounds like the two of you aren't actually compatible.